Really? Okay, is everybody in their seats? Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. This is the Thursday, May 15th, 2025 Webster Town Board meeting. Let's bring it to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anne Marie,
Yes, sir.
can you take roll for us, please?
Certainly will. Supervisor Flaherty,
Here.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Present.
Councilman Cahill,
Here.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Here.
Councilwoman Wright,
Here.
Attorney for the Town Taylor.
Here. Okay, the first item of the night is, I'm going to read off a presentation to Scout Troop 110 for Eagle Scout recognitions for Andrew Bronco and Henry Schlafer. I'm going to go over to the podium. I do not think they are in attendance tonight. But I'll be at that podium because the next item, the historic plaque presentation, we'll meet at the podium in a couple minutes there, okay? So I'm going to be moving. I'm on the move. Got to get my steps. Bridget's not here.
She's
Bridget?
here.
Kind of saw this coming, maybe. You got to be flexible. I thought that these two young men, Andrew Bronco and Henry Schlafer, were going to be here this evening. We have some certificates for them, and we will be mailing them to them. So I'll read this off really quick. Whereas the United States' largest youth organization, Scouting America, is dedicated to promoting self-reliance, courage, and patriotism among young people. In Scouting, the rank of Eagle Scout is the most prestigious award a Scout can earn, and is attained only after countless hours of hard work, sacrifice, and commitment to the Scouting creed. And whereas the journey to Eagle Scout is a challenging one, lined with many tasks and responsibilities that only the strongest of Scouts are able to overcome and master. And whereas Andrew Bronco and Henry Schlafer display qualities deserving of such a distinction. For their Eagle Scout project, or his Eagle Scout project, Andrew led a team of volunteers in assembling picnic seating at Webster's Charles E. Sexton Memorial Park. Henry's service project included the construction of a kiosk and park bench at Webster's Herman Road Nature Preserve. Whereas Andrew and Henry are models of all that Scouting America represents and has contributed to our community in countless ways, Andrew and Henry have assisted in many projects and community service efforts. They are truly deserving of this honor. Now, therefore, I, Thomas J. Flaherty, Webster Town Supervisor, on behalf of the entire Webster Town Board, do hereby present these certificates of achievement to Andrew Bronco and Henry Schlafer in recognition of earning the rank of Eagle Scout in Scouting America. So hopefully they can watch the video of this and they know that these certificates are forthcoming. Now, if Andrew and Henry weren't there, our next item, we have a lot of people coming up to the podium, don't we? Come on up. This is great. Please do, and as you come up, are you going to help? Are you? I hope you do. Okay. So will you introduce everybody that is up here, including yourself?
I will.
Okay. And I'll just be your caddy over here. All right. Let's get you right down there. Okay.
We have an Historic Properties Committee at the museum. I'm Sharon Pratt, I'm the chairperson, and then Lynn Barton down, raise your hand, please. Okay. Lynn is our town and village historian. She's on the committee. And Lisa McNamara is another committee member. Yes. So, and we're here to celebrate, but I wanted to give you a little background. Tonight we are celebrating the railroad station in the village. And if you've not been there, I've given most of you a packet of information about it. It's on May Street. I don't think that was included. But that building has had, it's what we call adaptive reuse, which means it's been other things before and after being the train station. And I was noticing there's a train station on that mural over there, but I think that's the first one. Yeah, and which burned down. So the one we're celebrating tonight was built in 1923. But the railroad stations, a lot are gone. And so some are still around. They are restaurants. In the town of Leroy, there's a wonderful restaurant in their old train station. Leicester, New York, there's one. Mount Morris, if you know where Mount Morris is, they have a very nice one, and my friends live in it. It's their home. The train goes by once a day. And in the city of Rochester at one time was a beautiful train station. And that was torn down. That was designed by architect Claude Bragdon, who had done a lot of very nice buildings. A lot of Lake Road houses here were done by Claude Bragdon. So the train came to Webster in 1875. And it just made shipping products. Apples were a really big product here. And so it was easier after they were boxed, put them on the train and send them off. But then there are houses, if you've heard of kit houses, I don't know if you have or not, but they come in pieces, all numbered.
Sears.
You put them together, you buy them, put them on your lot, put them together. And they came on the train as well. You could buy them from Sears and Roebuck, Montgomery Ward, and there were a couple of companies that were just kit houses. Excuse me. So the train station closed from use in 1964. And then it became the wonderful, memorable, in 1974, the Hojack Restaurant. Anybody remember? Wonderful restaurant. Yes, that was a great loss. But now the building, well, then it became Railroad Junction Childcare. And now it is called Expressive Beginnings Childcare. And so our two guests here tonight are the directors of that childcare business. So they're here to accept, they're in that building, and so they're here to accept a plaque, which you can.
Oh, it's heavy.
It is heavy. It's brass.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Yes. But we've been doing these plaques since 2008, if you could believe. So we've given 80 some. So some of the buildings here in Webster that we considered really, really maintained their integrity, our committee has been giving plaques to. And if you want to see where they are, there's a map online, webstermuseum.com, and you can find that map. So, shall we proceed? Let's see, Ginny Nguyen, a board member, Ginny Nguyen, is the representative to our museum. So she's going to come and help with this as well.
I've held it too long. I hold the muscle, so
Now it's your turn.
here you go, and you can present.
Okay.
Watch out.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. And we've really enjoyed having Ginny. She's been a great help to us in many ways. So I would like you to meet, now, I keep forgetting your first.
It's okay, Austin.
Austin Snyder. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Excuse me, and Stacy Warren. Now, Stacy has a connection to the museum, actually. We have this high wheel bicycle in there, if any of you have ever seen it. Her husband rides it. And she got on it once.
One time.
So if you go to the Webster Museum, think about her getting on to that high wheel bicycle. So are we ready? We just want to say thank you
Thank you.
very much for taking care of your building. That's been the important part to us. And
Thank
so,
you so much, yeah. Thank you.
so thank you. And let's see, Robert is taking your picture. You want to come over in the picture with?
As long as you're in it.
Okay, well,
I gotta be in with you.
We'll all be in it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I went to dinner there at the Hojack Restaurant when I was like 6 years old. I don't really remember much. I sort of remember being there, but.
Well, I was much older than 6 when I went to dinner there.
Okay, so I gotta tell you that Sharon invited me a couple years ago, and this is, Sharon, you remember when, and I don't know if it was a COVID thing, that we ended up going out on the road taking these plaques to like 4 or 5 houses? And we went from house to house and presented it to the owners and this, and that. I gotta tell you something, when I list my top fun things I did as town supervisor when all is said and done, that was awesome. Seeing those houses, touring them, those people were, it was great. So, thank you. Yep. Okay, now I think, from the sign-in sheet that we at least didn't have any, people signed up for, the open to the floor where each speaker is allowed up to 5 minutes. But I certainly, has anybody changed their mind on that? Dave, I'm always wondering. No? Okay. So, Anne Marie, we're gonna move on from that. And then we have, 2 meeting minutes to consider for approval from 2 weeks ago. The May 1st workshop, which I think for the most part was dedicated to one of the resolutions that we're going to be doing tonight. I think it was, on the Ridge Commons. I've reviewed those minutes, and I make a motion that we approve them.
Second? I did.
Okay, Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilwoman Wynn. Aye. Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Abstain?
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And then that same night, we had our regular town board meeting on May 1st. I reviewed those minutes and make a motion that we approve them.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Abstain?
Councilwoman Wynn. Aye. Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Okay, gonna take a little executive privilege here. We have 11 resolutions on the agenda tonight. I'm gonna move the numbered resolutions of number 9 and number 10. We're gonna do those first, and I'm gonna tell you why. Number 9, which is consideration of a license agreement to locate a 6-foot tall privacy fence within a town drainage easement at 479 Sandy Stone Circle. Well, Krista and Roland Mayer are here tonight, the owners of that house, and I talked to them offline, and they'll explain real quick why they want that fence. And they're paying a babysitter to watch the kids that they're trying to fence in, so we're gonna try to get them out of here a little earlier.
Appreciate that, thank
Yep.
you. My name is Roland Meyer. As Supervisor Flaherty mentioned, me and my wife, Krista, live at 479 Sandy Stone Circle. We are asking for permission to get a waiver to put a 6-foot privacy fence in the drainage easement along the back of our property. We recently got a puppy, and we would like to be able to let him out in the back to play. Right now, we have a lead line that runs between trees, but I don't like when he pulls at it, so he runs right to the end and jerks himself back. The babysitter is watching the girls and the puppy, so that's fine. But if we were able to put the privacy fence in the back, we could then fence in the yard, we could let him out back to play, the girls could play with him, and it would also provide additional privacy for the pool that has a picket fence already around the perimeter of it. We did have the highway department come and take a look, and he mentioned that that drainage easement wouldn't be impacted by the fence or any access. So it shouldn't cause any issues with the useful or the purpose of the use. I did in the packet provide a overhead image of where the fence would be. So it won't as well impact any of the visible to the neighborhood because it's all wooded at this point. So the privacy fence would just block it in the wintertime when all the leaves fall off, and then it would still match and look the same as it does today.
And I think for our purposes, Highway Superintendent Pat Stevens, his letter of recommendation in
Yes.
this is really kind of drives the bus for us, I think. And, I know Krista and Roland had said that I guess she'll be back to
We'll be back.
some,
Yes,
I don't know if it's to our board or,
I think
Josh,
it'll be
what
for
board would it be
zoning.
back to?
Yeah.
Zoning Board of Appeals.
Gotcha. So this is step one.
Step one, we are lucky to have a corner lot. It gives us
Yes.
lovely space
Oh, that's
and
great.
2 front yards. So the privacy fence will ask for the half that's the second front yard, yes.
Well, I hope the town isn't putting you through the ringer, like I said,
No.
but, you know, so.
Not yet.
Does any of the board members have any questions on this?
No? I have
No
a question.
questions.
I do not. The first thing I looked for was Pat's
Pat
letter.
Stevens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I make a motion, to approve a license agreement to locate a 6-foot tall privacy fence within a town drainage easement at 479 Sandy Stone Circle, tax ID number 078.16-1-070.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
And I take it, have you, talked with, Krista and, because I know that now the legal stuff, like,
I have not. I'll work with Josh's department on putting together
making sure
the
that they.
agreement and getting the
Super.
filing fee.
All right. It's not the ringer. We're not gonna put you
That's
through the
right.
ringer. Okay.
It's outstanding. Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot.
much.
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
And then, item number 10 on the agenda, I just figured why it, I don't know, fresh in everybody's mind. Like I said, that 2 weeks ago, there was it the workshop presentation and a lot of discussion on the board of this, what I call a corrective action. A PDD that was done back in 2019 on Ridge Commons, across the street from the town hall. And as the developer and their legal team and their engineering and design team, as they want to move forward, it manifested itself, Josh, that that 2019 PDD that was approved by this board, it needed some corrective action. It needs to not cover the zoning of MH? No,
Yep, MHR.
MHR. So this is really kind of truncating back the meets and bounds of the PDD to the MC.
Correct.
Medium commercial. That's all I'm gonna say on this, because we spent a lot of time on this 2 weeks ago. Now, Charlie Fox from the development team, and then Michael Montano from the design engineering firm are here tonight. I don't know how much you need to take the podium, because I would just like to make a motion to do this amendment to this PDD.
I did watch the video, by the way, twice,
Okay.
so. I'm-
Twice?
Twice, yeah.
You gotta get a hobby, John. So does anybody have any questions besides my question of why are you watching things twice? I mean,
It was a big stake.
it's not hunting season, I guess.
Yeah, I was cooking while I
Oh,
was
well,
watching
then
it, so,
that makes sense. Well,
yeah.
I'm making a motion to approve an amendment to the Ridge Commons Progressive Development Overlay District, betterly known as a PDD, pursuant to Town Code Section 350-23 F and G, removing a portion of 991 Ridge Road, tax ID number 079.15-1-16.001 from the PDD.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Geez, Charlie and Mike, sorry, it's kind of anticlimactic, but, you know, as we've talked, I can't wait. I'm waiting for the sequel of what you're, look at whatever you're trying to develop there, which I can't wait to see. Because maybe you'll be right back in front of this board, or, I know you'll be in front of planning. So, we'll see. Thanks, guys. All right, now we'll go back to the normal course. Man,
the
Paul-
regular programming.
Yeah, the regular program, and it's the first couple
Regularly
ones
scheduled.
without Paul Adams here. This was you, Patty, right?
It was. I reviewed all the bills yesterday. I had a few questions. They were all answered. And I would move that we approve the bills as submitted by the Director of Finance.
Second. Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
And before Paul left, and I tried to hold him in to not leave, because I feel like when Paul Adams is not around, I feel like my security blanket is not there, because I do seek his guidance on a lot of things, financial. But I did go over the prepaid warrants as submitted by the Director of Finance and make a motion that we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And I also reviewed the paper purchase orders, which will be changing soon to digital, I bet.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Not soon enough.
And I reviewed those purchase orders as submitted by Paul Adams, the Director of Finance, and make a motion that we approve them.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Brayton, I think this is yours, right? You have both of those? Yeah, you
Yes.
do have both of those. It's the Brayton Connard Show.
All right. Which one is up first?
Workplace violence prevention.
Okay, yep. New York State labor law requires all public employers to have a workplace violence prevention program, and the town of Webster has had that at least since 2014. But it has been a while since we've done a look at it, so we did a refresh over the last couple of months, bringing in the safety committee and participation from union representatives. And we rebuilt our program using the most current PESH template, which is the regulatory arm of the State Department of Labor. And we've done a new walkthrough risk evaluation of all of our workplaces. And that is contained in the program that has been provided to the board, as well as amending our current policy, I believe it's 904, to have that cover policy matters, and the program matters are covered separately in the program. If the board votes to adopt the program tonight, we will then in June roll out refreshed training that is Webster specific for employees. And that is my summation of the matter.
Quick question. It's not directly related, but when we hire a new employee, they have to be onboarded. Who does the onboarding, the department head or human resources?
Well, there's certain tasks that are done by certain folks. So when we're doing the hiring and the background screening, you know, that type of stuff, human resources does that. When it comes to the employment paperwork, like the I-9 and getting benefits and all that, payroll department does that. When it comes to assigning all of their compliance and safety trainings. Human Resources does that. And then we also have a checklist that we developed for all the departments for onboarding the employee, making sure IT knows about them. And then we have some kind of optional steps like, perhaps having a small gift for them to welcome them, making sure you do a walk around to introduce them, some of those kind of soft things to make people feel welcome to an organization for the first time. And usually people are super busy, but we made a point of doing that. So it's a collaboration.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No questions.
No?
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion to adopt the Workplace Violence Prevention Program and Policy Statement.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Next, Braden.
So for vehicle use, town vehicles other than daily use, town board approval is required. And it's documented which job titles are authorized to use vehicles in the capacity in the employee handbook. The highway department has restructured how their foremen operate. And so the title that was in there for the third foreman isn't the current title that's being used. And that third foreman kind of had to go through a training and orientation process before they were given overnight on-call duties. Okay? Previously, all three foremen did it. The last 6 months or so, the two foremen have been sharing that duties. They're going back to a three-foreman system, and we just, in order for that foreman to have the vehicle at home in the overnight, so they can immediately respond to public safety matters, on the roads of Webster overnight, they need town board authorization. It's got to be the correct title. So there's no additional vehicles, no additional personnel. It's kind of a technical correction. And who knows, in a couple of years, the job title might also change as that person progresses through their career. So we could be back having a similar conversation in the future.
Any questions on that?
No question, just housekeeping. All good.
No, and I appreciate being proactive and keeping tabs on these situations as they arise and making sure that it gets changed accordingly so that it doesn't fall through the cracks and we find out 2 years later.
Your department.
Oh, okay, I'll make a resolution to revise the Town of Webster Employee Handbook to replace the unused title of labor foreman with the current title of working foreman on the commuter use vehicle chart located on page 500-9 in the employee handbook.
Second?
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Josh, anything to say on this one? I mean,
Well, we've been, the engineering department and our department and Verizon have been working on a proposed cell tower location, which is on a town-owned property on Creekside Trail. And then this is simply a resolution to set a public hearing for the next town board meeting on June 5th regarding that proposed cell tower.
any questions or?
No, I think that they'll be well attended.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
To see where the location is. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I make a motion to set a public hearing for Thursday, June 5th at 7:30 PM here in the Webster Town Boardroom for a proposed Creekside cell tower location and advertise the public hearing in the Wednesday May 21st Webster Herald.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
I guess the best way to explain the next one, Kyle, what we said today, we'd rather get it right than get it fast. And,
It's
Josh
not,
is-
it's not ready for prime time.
It's not ready. So,
There you go.
any questions on that?
No, no questions. Well said.
So I'm gonna make a motion to table a public hearing that was gonna be set for Thursday, June 5th. And it was to be advertised in the Wednesday, May 21st Webster Herald. Those things will not happen. This is tabling it. We had this at the last meeting. We can come out and do, but that's my motion. We're tabling
Does it get
this.
tabled indefinitely or tabled to the next meeting? Is there a time it's tabled until?
It's a great question.
I would table it to the next meeting.
Okay. So we will table this resolution to the June 5th meeting for consideration of when the public hearing would be set up and when it would be advertised based on the legal requirements. That's my motion.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
All right. We have one left before housekeeping of a auction item. And this is, Josh, is this you to describe, or?
No, I think this would be a highway. I think this is associated with the Finn Park
Oh,
drainage
yeah.
project.
Did Pat come in and speak about this at our last workshop?
Yes, I believe he did give an update to the board recently.
Yes, he did, because he explained how with this cooperative agreement, we'd actually be getting more than we anticipated from Monroe County?
Correct.
That they were going to
Yep.
dedicate more funds for it?
And there it is. It's increased by 85,600. Thank you. And that was described at the, was it the May 1st workshop?
Yes.
Okay. So the addendum does state overtly what Pat said, that will be getting additional 85,600 from the county on this project that has gone on for quite some time.
And we'll all be very happy to see this
Yeah.
when it wraps up.
Original agreement was May 4th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on this?
No. Nope.
No questions. I'll make a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign addendum number 3 to the existing cooperative agreement between the town of Webster and Monroe County Soil and Water Conservation District for construction of a regional stormwater facility and stream restoration within Shipbuilders Creek watershed, in this case, in the Finn Park area.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
And Patty? I think
The next one, I will move to approve the following items for auction from the police department: a 2015 Ford Taurus, tag number 006346, and a 2015 Ford Taurus, tag number 006347.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
All right, that concludes the formal part of our meeting tonight. We'll do our quick roundtable with the town department heads that are in attendance. So, Josh?
Yeah, community development is is getting busy. It's that seasonal time of year where everybody wants to tackle a variety of projects, so we're seeing an uptick in building permit applications and such. And I'd just like to remind everybody that we do have our comprehensive plan survey that is available on our project website, and we encourage anybody that's interested to participate through that mechanism. It'll be available through June 15th.
Can that be liked and shared in social media for a broader outreach of with the survey link?
Yes, I believe Bridget has been promoting it on the various social media platforms, and I believe we'll be getting some additional news coverage in the near future.
Excellent. Thank you.
Braden?
Yeah, I guess I'd want to take the opportunity on the Workplace Violence Prevention Program project to thank Bridget Harvey, our Communications Director, and Kelsey Feeney, our Payroll Manager, for being on the subcommittee that did a lot of the detail work. And then our Fire Marshal, Andrew Vorndren, who also did all the risk evaluation walkthroughs with us, and had also, on his own initiative, contacted PERMA and done a safety and fire evaluation of all our facilities too. So a lot of good things happening with folks on the team.
Great. Kyle?
No legal update, Supervisor, but just a comment on the grant presentation. Obviously, as someone who's still becoming familiar with the town, I found that really informative and quite impressive, the amount of grant funds that have been received. So obviously, kudos to everyone that works on those, and really impressive work.
Thanks, Kyle. And Anne Marie, I think you can pinch hit for the
I think I
for
can.
the clerk tax receiver
I
office.
think I can. First of all, tax season is winding down, tax collection season for us. May 31st is the deadline for you to come into the town hall or mail or use our Dropbox for your town and county taxes. Anything that's left unpaid after that, you need to pay to the county. Also, with wedding season coming up, lots of people coming in to get their marriage licenses. Please remember, we need at least 60 days to set your appointment, and if you give us a call at the town clerk's office, we'll tell you what to bring with you for the appointment.
Well, that's a great way to end this.
Don't
So,
you think?
without any further ado, this meeting is adjourned.